Ho, 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 and welcome to the Uncle Borby Christmas special. I hope you're on the nice list this year. As far as opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. We do not have a lot of ramp in our hand, but I do like what we've got going on because we do have Scape Shift and we do have Prismatic Omen, which is a really fun Christmas way to win, and I'll kind of explain that in just a second. So let's go and lead off with the Temple of Abandon. Let's go and get that scry going, the scurry. The Christmas fever, the Christmas insanity. Eternal Witness, yes. I actually kind of like that. Eternal Witness on a fetch land is perfectly fine in my book. Yeah, we're going to put that on top. So Eternal Witness is on top, and then anything else, no, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yes, welcome to the Uncle Borby Christmas special. I hope you're excited to drink some gruel eggnog and pass some Christmas presents around the room. Hopefully we don't get hasted out too quick. That's not going to be too much fun. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully that does not happen. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Let's go get down Catacombs. Let's go and go for Taiga. And once we get down Taiga, we'll be able to go for Prismatic Omen. And then we will cover our commanders. So let's go and get down Prismatic Omen. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing Uncle Borby, the Christmas Secret Santa. Trample whenever Uncle Borby deals combat damage to a player. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. Then discard a land card. Uncle Borby deals 3 damage to any target. And if they've been on the naughty list, that's definitely a target. Or if they've been on the nice list, either way. Let's go and get down Forest. So we do have Journey of Discovery. So we can wait to go for the Entwine. I think I kind of like going for Journey. If we're going to go for Escape Shift win, yeah, I don't mind that. So let's just simply go and search our library for a few extra lands. And actually, we can go for Eternal Witness on Journey. And that'll be definitely a lot better than simply just going for a fetch land. And since we do have 2 red sources, let's go and grab 1 more red source. And we're going to grab a forest too. There we go. And we've already made the land drop for the turn, so we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing against Urabrask, the Hidden. I think I said that correctly. Creatures you control have haste. Then, creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. If you're keeping score at home, thankfully, Uncle Borby, it doesn't matter if he crawls out of the chimney or walks out of the chimney. Either way, we're going to be able to throw some presents, some Christmas presents at different people. It's going to be the game plan. The only good thing is that, thankfully, if you're going to play against Urabrask, you're going to assume it's going to be some sort of aggressive aggro deck, and we aren't seeing a lot of creatures on the battlefield, so it's going to give us plenty of time to hopefully build up some sort of board state. And like I mentioned, with the Escape Shift and Prismatic Omen line of play, once we end up going for Escape Shift, we can Escape Shift into Valakut, and then with Prismatic Omen on the battlefield, it turns all of our lands into mountains. So once we go for Escape Shift, basically, I think the magic number is getting to about 8, because that's going to be 8 times 3, that's going to be 8, 16, 24. Actually, we need to get to about 9 lands. And once we get to 9 lands, that's going to definitely allow us to deal enough damage to our opponent to hopefully wish them a very, very Merry Christmas. And actually, our opponent's they've paused right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just pause the video and let them do their thing. Okay, and they are back. Sorry, it took them a second I was almost getting ready to stop the video, but they hopped back on really quick. There we go. Sometimes you have to go away from the computer for some sort of reason. And so we have Rampant Growth in our hand. Let's say that we go for Eternal Witness, land drop. It's going to put on the battlefield tapped. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with just ramping. We actually go for Rampant Growth, Burgeoning, and that'll allow us to make an extra land drop. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go for Rampant Growth. That way we can search our library. We'll still go and grab a forest at this point right now. We are playing against red, so they do have a really hard time dealing with enchantments. So we're still just going to keep on the green game plan, because this deck is definitely more of a majority green style deck. I think red's technically, looking at it, it's definitely more of a splash color in this deck. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we've got about 7 red cards in here. The rest of the deck is just ramp and good stuff. It's going to grab a forest. It's going to come into play tap. Let's go and get down Burgeoning. Yeah, because we want to get an extra land drop going. We could go for Lightning Greaves, but we don't really need it that bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for Burgeoning. We'll go for Burgeoning. We'll get down Forest. And then anything else? No. I'm going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, as far as Uncle Borby goes, if you want to check out some of the older Uncle Borby videos, I think this is the 3rd year that I've done Uncle Borby. Oh, don't yield through my turn. Okay, whew, that was close. We had auto yield up, and our opponent, they might have accidentally yielded through their turn. So that's not fun, but that happens sometimes. Let's go and get down to Turtle Witness. That's going to be green. And then we're going to go for that Journey of Discovery because we're going to start ramping up some of the lands in our hands, definitely. So we're going to go for that Journey of Discovery. Yes, we will definitely use that ability. Go for Snow-Covered Mountain, go for Journey, search our library for a couple of basics. And we are running the Snow-Covered Forest and Mountains in here because, hey, it's Christmas time. It's always nice. Let's grab those 2 extra lands, put them into our hand. There we go. We got double forest and then anything else. Now I'm going to kick it back over to our opponent. So at this point, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are sitting at 6 mana. Let's say our opponent does get down land drop with Burgeoning. That's going to allow us to get down extra land and go for Uncle Borby. With Nissa's Pilgrimage, once we get down Nissa's Pilgrimage, search your library for 2 basics, put one in your hand, one on the battlefield. Yeah, we'll see if we can hopefully use Nissa's Pilgrimage to kind of set up a pretty good Uncle Borby, showing. We can use Scapeshift as kind of like a, let's say that the Uncle Borby sled ends up crashing or something, we can definitely use Scapeshift as a backup plan if things get a little bit nutty. But at this point right now, we're going to be going for the Uncle Borby game plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's going to be 7. And then with Spell Mastery, there's 2 or more instant or sorceries. Yeah, we got Rampant Growth and, yeah, very nice. So let's go and go for Nissa's Pilgrimage. 1, 2, 3. That'll put us in a really good position. Also with Gruul Turf, that'll allow us to bounce back an additional land to our hand too, which is something we definitely want to go for. So let's go for Forest. So we're going to have 1 Forest going on the battlefield, 2 going to our hand, and then we'll go and go for Lightning Greaves. Or if we want to go for Oru, we can actually flash in Uncle Borby. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. Because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make the land drop. That'll be 8. Nah, I think we need to get down Lightning Greaves. Well, actually, what's red going to have to deal with a 7/6 with Trample? No, let's go for Orrery. No, that's not the flashing Orrery. That's the additional land drop Orrery. Yeah, let's do that instead. Excuse me. I thought this was the flash-in Orrery. No, we're going to get down Garapur, and that way we can make a few extra land drops. And then we'll actually allow us to get down Gruul Turf to bring back a land for Uncle Borby. And at the same time, have some extra Christmas presents. Let's go and bounce back the forest to our hand, and that's all the land drops that we can make. Let's go and push in with Eternal Witness. Going to swing in for 2. There we go. Pushing in for 2 is going to put our opponent down to 28, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So at this point, we're definitely going to be going for Uncle Borby. This is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to have access to 9 total mana. We could go for a Snow-Covered Forest at this point right now, but these are going to be some beautiful Christmas presents to give out. So we're going to get down Uncle Borby next turn and start chunking some of these lands. So that'll be a really good thing for us to go for. Now, if things get a little bit nutty, we can go for Scapeshift. We do get into this weird position of if we end up going for Scapeshift, we need to make sure we have enough lands to actually go for Valakut. But that does also allow us to go for a... we can bring back a bunch of lands to our hand, which is always a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go for Uncle Borby, the Christmas special. Let's go Uncle Borby. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. We get down Uncle Borby, and I guess at this point, we do want to get down 1 land just to make sure we're fine with losing 1 Christmas present to make sure Uncle Borby is nice and protected. So let's get Lightning Greaves onto Uncle Borby. Let's go ahead and push in with Eternal Witness. There we go. Pushing in for 2 is going to put them down to 26, and then we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, we do have Rites of Spring in our hand. Discard any number of cards, search your library for that many basic land cards, and then put them into your hand. So that kind of puts us in the position where if we did not have Scapeshift and we draw into something else nice, we could definitely go for that Rites of Spring and grab a few more of those basics to have a few extra lands to throw at Uncle Borby. Since this is Christmas, we're definitely going to be using the Scapeshift as a plan B. So we're definitely going for the Christmas present game plan. So if we start to draw in a few more lands, we'll definitely discard those to kind of cash those in for some extra Christmas presents. Now, one of the fun things that makes the Uncle Borby Christmas special or Christmas party a lot of fun is when we get sort of the damage doublers in the deck. We can double up a lot of the damage and... you turn a land in from 3 damage into 6 damage, and then that is some really nice Christmas spirit. So we'll see what we draw into. And it also puts us in a position to where once we get rid of Garapur Orrery, we can draw 3 cards if we have no cards in the hand. So we'll kind of see what we get going on. Basically, we do have like 44 lands in here. So if we do end up... Okay, all right, so we're going to go for Uncle Borby. Discard a land card. Yeah, we're going to go for, definitely send this up top, because that's going to get rid of, we can still recast Uncle Borby, though. Is that what we're going to do? Do we get rid of Urabrask? Let's going to get rid of Prismatic Omen and then Burgeoning. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to chunk, we're going up top. Uncle Borby's mad. Somebody's going to Olive Dust Uncle Borby. Ho, ho, ho. He's not very excited about that. He's mad. Now, this is one of the downsides to Uncle Borby is that he loves being Secret Santa and passing out gifts, but the more Girl Eggnog that he gets, the more, a little bit more mustard he puts on those Christmas present throws across the room. So, unfortunately, our opponent's going to be throwing some, Uncle Borby's going to throw some pretty high heat over at Urabrask over there. And let's see what we draw into. Draw into Mulch. Let's get the Uncle Borby pop back up. And this would be a good opportunity to just straight up go for Uncle Borby, I think. That's going to be 6, 10. I think we've got enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I hope we've got enough. Yeah, okay. We've got just enough. So we go for Uncle Borby, we go for Lightning Greaves. He is mad. It's going to allow us to get in for 7. And then next turn we can go for Mulch and Rites of Spring. Yeah, I like that. Let's go and push in with Uncle Borby for 7. It's going to put them down to 10. It's going to be 7 total commander damage. There we go. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we run into a few. Oh, that is beautiful. Fungal Reaches, Snow-Covered Mountain, and Terramorphic Expanse. Nice. All right, then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So if our opponent dips down below, they just spend 1 life anywhere, and then we're going to be able to throw all 3 of these lands at our opponent. We'll get a very nice, clean Uncle Borby win. I'm really excited about this. It's always fun getting a clean Uncle Borby win. It just feels really, it's one of the most satisfying things. Uncle Borby is definitely one of those commanders that I wish he wasn't the commander. You know, I could always, throw Uncle Borby into the rotation, but it always feels special. It feels special to get Uncle Borby out there when it's Christmas time. And there's nothing more Christmas than just drinking a bunch of eggnog and throwing presents across the room. Okay, I'm just going to go for Shattering Spree on Lightning Greaves, which is, yeah, I mean, that's fine. To me, yeah, I think so. And they can copy it for Gearpoor. I mean, if they have some sort of removal spell, so be it. We can. That's the good thing about Uncle Borby is that it's going to be instant speed discard a land card, so we can at least chunk 3 of these land cards at our opponent and still knock them down to 1. And I think that still puts us in a position where we can grab enough mountains, at least 5 mountains, to deal enough damage with Scape Shift next turn to kind of finish the game out, especially if you have some sort of board wipe. It's going to take a pretty good chunk of damage to get rid of Uncle Borby because he is a 7/6, and so something like Our Devastation that's only 5 damage. It's going to take a pretty good little chunk of removal to get rid of Uncle Borby, but we'll at least go and force it. Active Aggression. Okay, so let's go for Uncle Borby. Yeah, we need to we're gonna, okay, I don't know how to commentate this as Uncle Borby being the Christmas, all of a sudden we're on the so we're about to, us as the viewers and us as the commentator, we're about to be on the naughty list. Let's go ahead and deal damage to our opponent. Ho, ho, ho. We find ourselves on the naughty list. Oh no. Didn't see this one coming. All right, so we're going to put them down to 1. That's going to be them swinging in for 7. This puts us down to 14 if they hit a few. Yeah, I think thankfully, unless they've just got, let's say that they just get super lucky, hit 3 lands on top. So we're looking at 5 potential lands. 5 times 3 is going to be 15. They could close the game out. If they've got 2 lands in their hand and they hit 3 lands, it'll be 15 plus 7. That'll be 22. So let's hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't have 2 lands in their hand and they hit a few more lands, but I think they have to reveal, they reveal the top 3 cards. So let's get that reveal zone popped up. Okay, only 1 land in there, so that puts them at basically just 3, 6, 9. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. Vandal Blast, Gauntlet of Power. Okay, so they're going to get Uncle Borby, and either way, we've got Scape Shift next turn. We've got Mulch to go for an Uncle Borby Christmas present. It is weird finding ourselves on the other end of a naughty list, but hey, it is what it is. It's Christmas time, and sometimes you got to put yourself on the naughty list, and Uncle Borby, he did that. So, drawing the Cavern of Souls, let's just go ahead and make this a nice little even Christmas present. Just throw Cavern of Souls at Urabrask to close the nice Christmas spirit out. There we go. 3 damage to the target. Puts our opponent down to -2. Good game to our opponent. It was definitely fun seeing Uncle Borby go to the other side of the Christmas sleigh or the other side of the Christmas room and throw a bunch of presents at us, but that's how Christmas goes sometimes. And hopefully you have a really nice Christmas day today. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.